It's that time of the show where I ask you, what you watching?
Okay, I have to be careful because you never know who's watching what I'm watching.
You mean your wife?
The Tudor Black Bay Pro. And AJ, this watch is the 2025 Opaline dial.
Opaline.
Yeah, I'm looking at the latest thing.
So for those that shouldn't know what you're watching because you'll get in trouble for looking at expensive watches, this is £3,730, just for those people that may need to know that information.
Why would you do that?
So if it appears in your collection, you know exactly. Look, maybe you got it on a strap and it's £3,400.
This is a thing of beauty.
Yes.
And I'm just watching.
Yes.
It's just something I'm watching.
But I did actually go and watch it.
Look, I tried it on, AJ. I talked about ways that I could end up wearing it. And do you know, it was just an experience.
Right. So first big question then with this watch. It breaks every single rule you have about watches.
Yeah, I made a stupid rule up. My name's Pete. I'm a watch addict. And I make things up like stupid rules. I once said I couldn't wear a 39mm watch.
And how big is the Black Bay Pro?
It's 39mm.
Or as I like to call it, the Tudor Explorer.
Yeah, I wish you wouldn't do that because I end up saying it and then I look like the idiot.
I say that as a throwaway joke. And my first reaction was, obviously, it looks a bit like the Rolex Explorer. It does, and they're obviously related. But having gone on that watch trip with you, the watch shopping trip we went, and seeing you try this on, I have to say, like all Tudors, it's way more special in the flesh than in the pictures. Yeah. It is beautiful.
So looking down at the watch face as a whole, you'll see the bezel. So you've got a 24-hour markings on it, and that's with a brushed satin finish, which for me, I think completes that look that you call Explorer. The standouts are that angular snowflake yellow GMT hand for me. Absolutely beautiful. Against that opaline dial, stunning. You've got the snowflake hour hand.
Yeah.
Tudor. Now, on that hour hand, I've got to say, it's the thing that I didn't notice until you see it in the flesh. Not just the hour hand, it's the whole, the watch as a whole. You've got the ceramic markers and the hands are outlined with like this black contrast that when you're just looking at the images that were coming out when it launched,
it's just black.
It just was nothing. But the punctuation that gives it in real life really came... For me,
that contrast, isn't it?
It was the fact that you could immediately look at it and tell the time. No matter where it was, bring your hand up at a distance, bang, I can see it crystal clear.
Those little deals you put out, the opening dial, let's just say the white dial, but the yellow hand, the black contrast, it makes it so much nicer than the black version, the black dial version. And I can't really explain why, because objectively there's no real difference, black and white, but the white one looks more special.
Well, here's the thing. When you've got your head, your heart, and how it feels, and it communicates to you.
Yes.
Like you think you're choosing, but something's going on.
Yeah.
The black one, I'm a big fan of a dark-faced watch. Matt, who's watching, is going to say, dial, Pete, for Christ's sake, dial.
Yeah.
Well, whatever, right? I look at it, and as a whole, I call it the face.
Right, yeah.
And I go, I like it when it's dark.
Yeah.
With this one, it pops.
It does.
Because of the white, or opaline if you're Tudor, right? It just contrasts with those hands. The way it's got that angular snowflake for the yellow GMT, I love. And then you've got the contrast on the markers and those hands. It just finishes it for me.
Can I, whilst we're talking about contrast, and before you get onto the inners of this watch, because it is special, you were trying it on the bracelet. Obviously, the bracelet is what's going to give it its heft and allow you to wear a 39mm. But can I just show you what it looks like on the black strap?
Okay. I mean, that could be a problem also.
That looks amazing.
But I don't know. So here's the thing. My advice, if you've got a larger wrist, let's say you're around 8-inch, like you're like a Pete. Right?
Yeah.
If you are like me and you think, I've got a stupid watch rule that says I can't wear 39, like me,
Yeah.
then on the bracelet,
Carries
it just worked.
Yes.
I don't know. I'd have to try the strap, AJ. But also, there's my piece of advice that says this has that new Tudor T-fit. So you've got the quick adjustment on it, which...
Is that the same one as Rolex, is it? It's a similar one.
You can't say it's the same. I don't think you're allowed to say it's the same.
No. It's
because they're not the same, are they?
No,
Right?
obviously they wouldn't share anything.
But yeah, we have seen
similar
on like the new Sea Dwellers and that sort of thing. We've seen a similar thing, but here it's called T-fit, Tudor fit.
That's so bad. Did you come up with that for
So
them?
bad, but it's gone all the way around to being good again.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's really functional and really cool and enjoyable.
It's £300 cheaper on the strap than the bracelet. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh God,
Does that sway it for you at all?
I like cheaper, but I don't know.
The bracelet's amazing.
For me, it was that T-fit feel. If I'm just being real with you, the bracelet with the quick adjustment.
And the good news is, right, you can buy straps from Tudor if you go through an authorised dealer. They won't sell them to you direct. And when you do, you'll order it. They'll tell you 3 weeks. And then in 3 weeks' time, they'll tell you 3 weeks. And then in 3 weeks' time, they'll tell you 3 weeks. And about, I think must be 9 weeks in, and my Tudor strap still hasn't arrived.
Yeah, it sounds
Not that I'm bitter or twisted about
like
it.
Someone's having a hard time.
But it's all right, because they asked for payment up front. So don't worry about it, Tudor. You're fine. Let's just leave that there. Sorry. Back to you, Pete.
Let me tell you about inside the watch. So it's powered by the Tudor manufactured, COSC certified caliber MT5652.
I love it when
which
you talk
has
nerdy.
a 70-hour power reserve.
Talk to me about the vibrations.
I'm not going there, AJ.
Okay.
I'm not going there. It has got a bit of a party trick, this movement, which is that the local time, or the hour hand, not the GMT.
Yes.
But the local time hour hand has that jumping hour. Even the date can jump.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Almost like a retro jump. If you're going back into a time zone, then you're
the
back
date will
into
go back.
yesterday, which is quite cool. So it
That is
jumps
cool.
by hour, but it will also
Jump back with
reverse
the
the day, which
That's nice.
I personally hadn't seen before this movement.
It kind of terrifies me a bit because my brain says that can't happen. My brain says, you've just broken it.
Yeah, you're going to have to go a whole month.
Every time you're like, when all watch people will know this, maybe you've set it to the wrong 12-hour period. And then at midday, you look down and go, it's tomorrow's day.
We've all been there. We've all been there.
You feel it click at midday. You're like, what was that? And now you've got to do a whole month of...
So it's an incredibly cool party trick for a GMT.
It's
just the fact that you go back a couple of hours into a new time zone and you can change
as much
your
as I
local
like
time.
to rib you and to take the mick in this therapy group, this on your wrist genuinely surprised me how good it looked.
Yeah.
I had discounted small Tudors from your kind of wheelhouse entirely for the same reason you had.
This tiny watch surprised me.
What a
AJ.
great title.
It would be.
Yeah, Tudor's Tiny Surprise. There we go. That's how we come up with titles here. It's beautiful. Undeniably beautiful.
For me, I don't even know why I tried it on. It was just, I liked the look of it, but I knew it was too small.
Is it, though, too similar to the Rolex Explorer?
Do you know, that sounds like a you problem. And you've got to stop that. You keep calling it the Tudor Explorer. And it's a real problem because it's drumming it into my head that it's called the Tudor Explorer.
I did it by accident the other day. Genuinely called it the Tudor Explorer.
Yeah.
Is it too similar, though? Like, because it rules out you having the other, if you get this, or the other way around. If you've got a Rolex Explorer, you're probably ruled out from having this because otherwise you've got the same watch twice. Or am I just making up a rule here?
Yeah, I think what you've said is valid to some people, but not to me.
Okay. I mean,
there's going to be watch people out there that go, well, I've already got an Explorer and it's way cooler than that.
Yeah.
And I go, that's fine.
you're cool.
This is under $4,000
Yeah.
and it's brand new and very cool.
It's very cool. It's
So
very cool. And
it's up to you. There's different options. They're totally different watches for
Yeah.
starters. Yes, it nods to the heritage of the owner,
yeah.
which that's fine.
Well,
But
and-
it's
and
by
the other
no
thing is-
means close to being a homage. It's entirely different.
And just being real right now, if I wanted to buy a Rolex Explorer, I guess it'd be the Rolex Explorer 2 that looks like this. I couldn't. I can't buy it
Yeah,
unless I'm going second hand and paying more than retail.
yeah, scalped.
This, I can go into the authorized dealer today and
Yeah.
walk out with that watch and be happy right now.
You would be so happy.
Be so happy.
I didn't
Just be
want to
real
take
about
that
it.
watch off. I was quite enjoying having some wrist rolls with it.
It was lovely.
And playing with the adjustment, even though I didn't really need to play with the adjustment, just for the sake of playing with the adjustment.
The other thing that surprised me about this tiny watch, Tudor's tiny surprise,
Yeah.
is I, in the pictures, wasn't a fan of the white dial, steel bezel, and bracelet. I didn't like the lack of contrast that gave between the different materials.
Yeah.
But again, in the flesh, I was like, oh, that actually looks really good. I don't know why I didn't like that.
I relate to that because I don't have a watch like that.
Yeah.
And I guess that's what I'm trying to do at this point. I'm trying to get myself. It's part of the journey,
yeah.
but I'm now trying to broaden what I have rather than everything being so similar. I'm trying to get watches that are entirely different. So I've got this watch is a Christopher Ward
It's the Christopher Ward.
C60 Pro 300.
I mean, 10 out of 10 for
It's part
remembering
of the
that.
Trident range. But yeah,
The worst names in watches, the early Christopher Wards.
it's got it all going on.
It's too many names.
Trident C60 Pro 300.
Just too many. There's too many Tridents.
42 mil.
Although
though.
I've got a Trident as well, and I really like it.
But what I love about this is its size. 42 mil, and it feels lovely. I have changed the strap because the straps are
Awful.
They're
Can I just
like-
be honest? They're awful.
They're like when you go to hospital and they put one of those bands on you. You know, they're very slim and dainty.
They've got the weird thing is they've got the look of a diving sports watch, obviously, because that's what that is. It's got the heft of it and the metal of it, and it's got the strap of a child's dress watch.
Yeah.
It tapers down to, it must be like 10 or 12 mil. It's tiny.
But I love them. As a brand, I root for them, and this was my way of rooting for them. I wanted to buy into it.
It's nice. It's a nice finish.
But yeah,
Anyway.
so this is something a bit different color-wise to my collection. I nearly said Explorer. See what a problem you've caused. The Black Bay Pro has done the same thing to me. It's something different in the collection, and that is why I'm watching this Tudor Black Bay Pro Opaline dial GMT.
It's incredible, really. £3,700 on the bracelet for a chronometer certified GMT that looks as beautiful as that does. And it's obviously in the Black Bay case. It's got the sapphire that I really, really like, that boxed kind of domed thing.
Yeah, I didn't even go into that. Yes,
The texture
obviously
that
sapphire
has.
crystal, and that gives a lot of heft
Applied
to the whole
markers,
appeal.
everything about it is really nice. If you don't buy it, then I will.
You probably won't because you've got enough watches as it is.
Go and wash your mouth out, young man.
I'm sorry, that was too far.
Too far.